Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. When it comes to fading hyperpigmentation, tackling dark spots and discoloration, I feel that skincare brands have been fundamentally dishonest with us, the consumer. They're certainly guilty of oversimplifying things, usually saying that one ingredient, normally niacinamide, is enough to fade every last dark spot and patch of discoloration on your skin. Or conversely, they're trying to upsell us to one of their trademarked ingredients, something that's bespoke to just their skincare line. I'm looking at you, La Roche-Posay, with your Mela B3. When, in truth, hyperpigmentation is one of the most difficult things to treat with over-the-counter skincare, and you need to use a multitude of different actives in order to achieve the best results. This is something that I've learned over my own hyperpigmentation journey that I've been on for the past 5 years. So let's cut through everything that the big skincare brands are trying to sell us and talk about what I think is the very best hyperpigmentation trio of ingredients. 3 amazing actives which, if used consistently, will really help you achieve the results that you've been longing for, get on top of your hyperpigmentation, and get that even skin tone that we all crave. Sit back, relax, let's talk the best hyperpigmentation trio. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you my own holy grail of actives when it comes to fading hyperpigmentation. And like I say, this is based on my own hyperpigmentation journey of the past 5 years. But it is always worth remembering that in skincare, as in life, what works for one person might work differently on another, which is why I really want to hear from you guys. Sound off in the comments section below and give me your hyperpigmentation before and after results. What products and actives worked well for you? Do you have any recommendations? Don't gatekeep them, shout them loud and proud down in the comments section, because I truly love to hear from you guys each and every single day. And we're all part of one big family here on Mad About Skin, helping each other out. Whatever your thoughts on my recommendations today, if you appreciate this style of content, which really draws on my own experiences and hopefully helps you guys on your own skincare journey, make sure to reach down and give the video a big thumbs up and a like. The more likes the video gets, the more widely YouTube will distribute it on its platform. So it's just a great way of ensuring everyone hears this message. Now, without further ado, let's cut that waffle and delve straight on in. So in today's video, I am going to do things a little bit quick fire because you know what? I've been treating my hyperpigmentation for 5 years and I want to speed things up for you guys. So it's going to be straight, short, sharp and to the point. As I said, I've listed and linked all the products mentioned down in the description box below. So if you didn't quite catch the name, you want to read the reviews, make a purchase, there for your convenience, alongside some timestamps to help you navigate your way through the video. You might notice I'm wearing a shirt today. I've got a business meeting straight after this, so let's just say that I dressed up for you guys especially today. But if you do wonder why I seem to be a bit overdressed for this video, that is why. I'm dashing out to a business meeting straight after, but I wanted to just share this because it's the video that I've been planning for the longest time. So when it comes to fading dark spots and discoloration, you need 3 key actives in your life. You need tranexamic acid, azelaic acid, and alpha arbutin. These are the core 3 that are really going to deliver you the very best next level results. Now, you can add a lot of others alongside this, but why I call these the core 3 is I think they work for everybody. You can mix and match your strengths based on your individual level of skin sensitivity, but the ingredients remain the same. These 3 will work for everybody, and you can slot them in alongside your existing skincare routine. The reason I haven't mentioned things such as vitamin C is because it's situational. Some people can use vitamin C, other people can't. And so I see it as a supplementary that you might want to add in alongside these rather than one of the core 3, if that makes sense. But there is so much science and data to show just how effective alpha-arbutin, tranexamic acid and azelaic acid are together when it comes to combating dark spots and discoloration. And that's really what I want to share with you today. Now, I'm going to break this video down into reasons why each of these 3 ingredients work and some recommendations along the way. I'm then going to come on to later in the video some serums that contain all 3 of them. So if you don't want to have to piece things together, you want a one and done, there will be some recommendations later, so stay tuned for that. So first and foremost, when it comes to azelaic acid, it was a revelation for me when I first used it in my skincare routine. Azelaic acid works in 2 ways. It's preventative, so it'll prevent the hyperpigmentation in the first place, and it also is a treatment, so it'll help eradicate the excess pigment that's already been produced. It works in a couple of ways, but primarily it actually reduces redness and sensitivity in the skin. Some people see acid in the title and think, wow, that's going to strip, it's going to dry, it's going to irritate. It actually doesn't. It's a different form of acid to the traditional exfoliators, and it works to calm and suppress redness. Most of the hyperpigmentation we see in our skin is as a result of inflammation and irritation. It's our body's natural defense, the excess pigment production, to these traumas that it induces, such as inflammation. So Anything we can do to just keep things in equilibrium is definitely going to pay dividends, and azelaic acid really does that. It also has some antimicrobial and anti-acne benefits too. So azelaic acid reduces the prevalence of acne-causing bacteria on the skin. So if your dark spots and discoloration are caused by acne and breakouts, this azelaic acid is another great way of preventing alongside treating. Great in your teens, when I think most of us are our most acne prone, but I still use it into my 40s where I have adult acne, and azelaic acid just keeps all that in check. Whether you're breakout prone or not, azelaic acid is an absolute must in this trio because it calms, soothes, restores equilibrium, and it also breaks that uneven distribution of pigment in the skin. It evens things out. So whilst you'll still be creating pigment, it just makes sure it's evenly spread across the skin rather than pooling in dark spots and patches, which is one of the quickest ways to achieve a more even skin tone. Azelaic acid works for just about everyone, but you're going to want to go for something in between a 5 and a 15% strength, depending on your level of skin sensitivity. 10% seems to work best for most people. You can push it to 15% if you want quicker results. You can reduce it to 5 if you have sensitive skin, but that's the ballpark. 10% give or take either way. Tranexamic acid is the best, like perfect partner to azelaic acid, because it works in similar but also significantly different ways. So it will also help to minimize the pooling of pigment in certain areas, to help it achieve a more even look to that pigment distribution. It's also calming and soothing, so it'll prevent inflammation in the skin with its anti-inflammatory properties, which again means that the body won't be going into that hyperpigmentation overdrive from the start. It just evens everything out. But where it works really specifically, and I think really well, is it's actually a tyrosinase inhibitor. So tyrosinase is an enzyme which is crucial to the production of that pigment in the first place. Because tranexamic acid actually inhibits that tyrosinase production, it will over time reduce the amount of excess pigment being produced in the first place, therefore achieving a more even skin tone. You're constantly turning over cells, so this excess pigment is constantly being removed from the skin, but we're replacing it either in the same amount or in some cases larger amounts, and that's where your hyperpigmentation builds. If you use tranexamic acid, which actually inhibits that pigment production at source, your body is still going to be turning over all that excess pigment and eradicating it, but not producing it and reinstalling it in the same way. So over time, you achieve a more even skin tone. And that I think is something really, really special. And then we're going to come on to alpha-arbutin. Now, alpha-arbutin is actually a precursor to hydroquinone. Hydroquinone is a prescription strength pigment corrector, which is phenomenal. It's like the gold standard best on the market, but it comes with a lot of side effects, irritation. Really needs to be done in conjunction with a medical professional, which means a lot of people just decide to go against and think that's not for me. Well, alpha-arbutin is actually a much more gentle precursor to hydroquinone, so you get in the long term similar results, but it just takes a lot longer to see them. But you have fewer side effects, it's just safer to use. So alpha-arbutin is amazing as a replacement for hydroquinone. If it's something that you've been interested in trying, but you've decided it's not for you, alpha-arbutin could work really, really well. And the reason it works so well is it actually helps to eradicate quicker the pigment that's already been produced. So your body, like I say, has produced all this pigment, it's pulled in uneven distributions and caused dark spots and discoloration. Use your alpha-arbutin to really break apart and eat away at that pigment that's already there. And that's why it really turbocharges the speed at which you're going to see results. Use your azelaic acid and tranexamic acid as preventative, alongside having some treatment benefits too. And then use your alpha-arbutin primarily as a treatment to really help eradicate that excess pigment buildup quicker. This is going to turbocharge your results. For the impatient out there, the addition of that alpha-arbutin is just going to speed everything up, which I personally love. And these three are just amazing. Now, you could buy a separate azelaic acid serum, tranexamic acid serum, and alpha-arbutin serum, and there are some great ones out there. I would say for azelaic acid, I would recommend going for the Theramid Azid serum. This is one of the smoothest azelaic acids you will ever find. It's a beautiful application. It's on the higher strength option, so it might not be available or accessible to every level of skin sensitivity, but unless your skin is very sensitive, you should be able to tolerate this, and it just works really, really well. For tranexamic acid, I would reach for the Naturium tranexamic acid 5%, because tranexamic acid works best between 3 and 5%, so you really want to be careful with your concentrations, and Naturium have delivered it in a 5%, one of my personal favourites. And then alpha arbutin, really difficult to find in a standalone serum, so I would opt for the ordinary one. 2%, which again, studies show is that peak performance percentage that we should all be looking for. 2% of that wonderful alpha arbutin to just deliver you those quick wins. These three together, perfection. But if you're looking to get it all in one serum, there are two recommendations that I want to come on to. I did get really frustrated that these are the three best studied over-the-counter options for hyperpigmentation. For years, we've known how well they work together, but no brand ever actually formulates with tranexamic acid and azelaic acid together. I don't know why. And then the addition of alpha arbutin just never crossed any brand's minds. And I think that's a real shame because it means that we have to use multiple serums to get the results when we should have it all in one. So out of frustration, I actually went to back to the drawing board and created my own serum, which is this. This is the Mad About Skin Dark Spot Serum. So this actually only launched a couple of days ago, but this combines 10% azelaic acid, which is the strength that just works universally for everybody. 15% is great, but can be a little sensitizing. 5% wonderful, but can take a long time to see those results. For me, at least, 10% was that sweet spot where I got the maximum results, minimum side effects. 5% tranexamic acid, which is the highest strength recommended in order to get all its anti-inflammatory benefits, and 2% alpha arbutin. That 2% is going to really turbocharge the other two ingredients and just work together in harmony. You won't get loads of side effects and irritation because, like I say, this is a gentle formula that still packs a real punch. And I wanted to follow the science and what percentages studies were recommending in order to just deliver the very best outcomes. Super inexpensive too. We ship internationally, which is, I know a lot of brands don't because of lots of things going on in the world right now. We do ship internationally. Super inexpensive, retails at $17.99 in the UK. So that is somewhere in the region of about $20. And yeah, I've left a cheeky little discount code. If you wanted to snag it while it's literally just launched, I did leave a cheeky little discount code down in the description box below. And if you buy 3 of these, I'm going to throw in a free sunscreen because sunscreen, when it comes to hyperpigmentation, non-negotiable. I want everybody using their sunscreen alongside all their actives. So yeah, just to encourage that, if you buy 3 of these, then you'll get a free sunscreen. And you don't need to do anything, just place 3 in your basket. You can still use the discount code and it'll still be valid. And then when it comes to packing your order in the warehouse, for every 3 ordered, they'll be throwing in a free sunscreen just to help you guys, like, again, further elevate your hyperpigmentation routine. In a similar vein though, whilst I think this is the one that I'm currently using and absolutely loving, twice a day for the very best results, because I should have said earlier, tranexamic acid, alpha arbutin and azelaic acid, all great to be used twice a day, morning and evening for the best results. So use this AM and PM to really get the outcomes you want. If you want another alternative, this is the remedy for dark spots. I love this product. I've used it since it launched pretty much, and it's worked really, really well for me. Now, the formulation of this has a few other actives that you're going to want to consider. So it has the tranexamic acid in here. You've also got a range of other beneficial ingredients. And I think what's key here is you've got kojic acid, which they're using in the place of the alpha arbutin, which I mentioned earlier. Again, kojic acid will work in a similar way to turbocharge the results. So using kojic acid as opposed to alpha arbutin in this formula, but you'll get similar outcomes. You've also got some encapsulated retinoid, which is going to help really get on top of that hyperpigmentation. Licorice, which is a great natural brightening agent. And you've got some niacinamide. Now, again, I mentioned earlier when I was saying brands often say niacinamide is enough to do it all. It's not. In isolation, niacinamide will do next to nothing for your dark spots, but used alongside other actives can work really well. Not everybody wants niacinamide in their skincare routine. Some people react to it. Some people are a bit wary of using it because too much can deliver some irritation. So my serum is entirely niacinamide free. Feel free to use a niacinamide serum on top of it if you want. This one contains niacinamide, which is great for people that like it. If you're trying to avoid niacinamide, then obviously there are other options on the market. But yeah, this is a really nice comprehensive formulation too. And I think in 2026, the narrative I wanted to get across in this video is if you're serious about taking back control of your hyperpigmentation, getting to grips with it and really turbocharging it in 2026, then I would recommend focusing on a multitude of different actives rather than just relying on one. My trio that works so well is azelaic acid, tranexamic acid, alpha-arbutin. You can use vitamin C alongside this. You can use niacinamide alongside it. You can add to this, but have this as your core three and build from there. Don't listen to the brands that say you have to pay hundreds of dollars for their bespoke, patented ingredient, or the others that say you can achieve all your results with niacinamide. You can't. It's about layering to get the best results, and hopefully in this video I've been able to demonstrate that. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what ingredients have worked well for you on your own dark spot journey, because I would love to hear from you. And if you've made it through to the bitter end, send me the tie emoji. I'm going to rush off to my business meeting now. I'm suited and booted. I'm going to throw a tie on in a minute and off I go. So if you watched to the bitter end, first of all, thank you. You guys mean the world to me. Thank you so much. And let me know by leaving the tie emoji down in the comments so I can personally thank you for being part of that bitter end crew. Wherever you are in the world, guys, stay safe, stay well, and love your skin. Take care. Bye.